good evening and welcome here to The Hive. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock as we bring you tonight Dean's Bulk Service Pregame Show. It's the Dean's Bulk Service Pregame Show. Dean's Bulk Service celebrating over 50 years of service to Barnesville and surrounding communities with locations in Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota, and wishes the best of luck to all the teams in the Section 8 2A tournament. Visit them online at dbsoil.com to find out what they can do for you. And Lance, tonight we have a gem of a contest for you tonight between the Perham Yellow Jackets and the Breckenridge Cowgirls. Two teams shocking to see each other in the playoffs in a 3-versus-6 matchup. Both teams with pretty identical records. The Yellow Jackets 12-6, Breckenridge with a record of 11-6, and these two teams split the season series here this year.
Right, and Jason, if it wasn't that long ago that the Cowgirls were here, and if you think back to that game a little bit, and we'll touch on it a little bit more after an interview that you had, Jason, but it was kind of the tale of two halves. The Yellow Jackets jumped out real early, and then a change of defense and a little different strategy by the Cowgirls and their coaching staff, and all of a sudden that game got really tight at the end. And so it's going to be interesting to see what changes are made off of that second half and what the teams have been doing to prepare.
It should be a very exciting contest. These two teams know each other very well. The first game was a tough loss for the Yellow Jackets in Breckenridge. They could not get the shots to drop in that one, dropping a 54-37 decision on February 9th. The Yellow Jackets came back here, won 59-56. A big play in that game came from Willow Thiel at half court on an inbounds pass that went errant. She was able to come up with the steal, actually causing another turnover, which set up for a layup that didn't drop, but that's neither here nor there. It didn't matter in the final score. But the play by Willow Thiel prevented Breckenridge from having a chance to tie the game, preserve that victory for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, and it was a big deficit by the Cowgirls, and some interesting things will come into play, and I think it'll be touched on over and over. Probably full court pressure coming tonight. Are the Yellow Jackets ready to handle it? Definitely one thing I think you're going to see and look for tonight is just the size of the Cowgirls. There's a couple 6-footers in there. They bring a really tall lineup, which is a little contrary to the Yellow Jackets in their kind of up and down style. So two different styles of play, but at times they look very similar, even though they might not be built in the same way. So it'll be interesting to see the changes that happen tonight.
I mean, no viewers may be at home wondering why we're starting so early. We have a full pregame show lined up for you here tonight as we have a head coach interview with Perham head coach TJ Super. We're going to update you on the Perham wrestling team and how things went for them in the individual tournament yesterday. So we got a full slate coming up here on the Dean's Bulk Service pregame show. We also like to thank other sponsors as well: United Community Bank in Perham, Denton, Frazee, EOT Insurance, Superior Builders, OSPTI in Breckenridge, Fergus Falls, and Hankinson, State Farm Agent Amanda Frederick, and Red River Grain. We like to thank our sponsors of them for making this broadcast possible here on the Magnitude Sports Network as we get ready for Section 8 2A basketball. And Lance, we touched on it in some of our other broadcasts. March Madness is now officially here.
Yeah, it's amazing when you can have different ball games on. Tomorrow the college will start basketball. Wrestling will start in the college level. We've got boys basketball tomorrow night, girls basketball tonight, wrestlers on Saturday. Friday night's a game, Saturday's a game. This is, if you are any fan of any sort of athletics, from pros through the high school ranks, this is your favorite time of year because it's like Christmas almost every day.
Should be a fun one. We're going to take a quick time out, and when we come back, we'll be joined by Yellow Jacket head coach TJ Super right here on the Dean's Bulk Service pregame show on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and IsoClean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Hi everybody, my name's Andy Eckhoff, Business Development Manager at United Community Bank. We're a one-stop shop and our experienced staff is here to help you in any way we can. I want you to know that when you bank at United Community Bank, you have a whole team behind you, and our team wants to know your goals and how we can help you get there. We're the #1 commercial lender in the Lakes area. Come see us at United Community Bank, where the future is bright.
Welcome back to the Magnitude pregame show. I'm Jason Groth, now joined by Perham girls basketball head coach TJ Super, getting ready for tonight's game with Breckenridge. First, what are some things you expect from tonight's game?
Well, we know it's going to be a battle. We've played them twice already. They beat us when we went there, and we beat them when they came here. And during those games, there was runs by both teams, and I think both teams match up fairly well. Breckenridge is a lot bigger than us, but I think that with our smaller guards that we do a little bit more outside shooting, and I think it's just going to come down to who makes more plays tonight, and I think either team has a good chance to win.
The first game for you at Breckenridge was a tough one. What are some things that you're able to take away from a game like that?
Well, I think a big part was, our first 7 or 8 shot attempts in that game were threes, and anyone that's watched us play knows that we shoot a lot of threes, but that was definitely like we were like, we have to stop just shooting threes. We got to start getting the ball inside a little bit more, and I think we learned that in that game. And then the other thing is they just totally manhandled us physically in the second half of that game, and we realized that we got to play more physical, and when we played them here, we did that, but we got to be ready for it tonight.
Now, here is a close one that ended up being a 4-point game. I think it was our 3, but you had a big lead at half. What are some things you took away from game 2 here at the Hive?
Yeah, I think I even kind of forgot as I went back and watched film that we had that, we're up by 9 with under 2 minutes to go, and the last couple of minutes were fairly frantic. Anyone that watched it remembers it, but I thought we played really well. We had some good shooting, and we moved the ball really well, and defensively we really handled the boards. They hit some shots in the second half that kind of closed that lead down a little bit, but at the end of the game we have to be ready to make smart decisions, and we didn't do it that game. Luckily we had played well enough to build that lead up, but in the last 2 minutes we were up by 9 and we only took 1 free throw. That'll show you kind of what happened at the last 2 minutes, but this is the type of team that I've seen them. They've been down to Barnesville, they've been down to Pelican, and then come back and taken the lead, and they did it against us. So even if we are able to and lucky enough to jump out to a lead, we can't take our foot off the gas.
You look at this tournament, it's a unique format, the north-south I know, but the 3-6 is a unique battle here between Perham and Breckenridge. Just the intensity that's going to be brought in this type of playoff game tonight.
Well, Perham and Breckenridge basketball has had some battles in the last couple of years with boys, and then last year Breckenridge girls were here for a playoff game. You know my thoughts on this, that Breckenridge should be hosting a game. They are good enough. They have a great schedule, and they are a really good team, and they should be hosting a game. It's a travesty they're here playing against us. But when you look at Breckenridge and Barnesville and Hawley and Pelican, you're looking at our conference, and these teams have been kind of beating up on each other, and there's been a lot of close games, and you look at those teams, I think any one of those teams can win the section.
What do you think that says? Just the strength, you mentioned any one of those teams in that conference can really make a run, just the strength of the Heart of the Lakes Conference.
Well, it is a good conference, and I didn't even mention Frazee, who had a rough year. They had a couple injuries, but we beat Frazee by 4 at the beginning of the year. DGF has played a lot of our teams tough as they're kind of going through a coaching change and a new thing there, and they've been perennially good. I don't know how QRF and how it ranks all this stuff out, but I think we get hurt a little bit because we beat each other up. Pelican has been the best team in the conference last couple of years, and I think that the middle of the pack is just kind of rising.
Here at the Hive, been a nice place for you guys. Is there a little bit of a comfort? I know as you get to the playoffs, but is it nice just being able to have this one at home right away?
Oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. We went into the last week of the year thinking we could be the 6th seed if things would have played out differently. We took care of business and were able to win those games. We wanted a home playoff game for sure. In a perfect world with this year with a lot of home playoff games, we'd like more than one, but we'll take what we can get. The girls earned it by playing well at the end of the year, and we're excited to be at home.
this year you had a unique schedule due to the COVID-19 regulations and whatnot, but still were able to put together a strong schedule. Does that help you kind of prepare and get ready for this postseason?
Well, we talked about it, and we took besides Sauk Center going off our schedule without being able to host the games, we basically took the teams that had last year seven of the lowest QRFs, and we removed them from our schedule. And in doing so, we wanted to strengthen our schedule. So at 12-6, it doesn't feel like it maybe is the best record. And there's a couple in there that we wish we would have gotten that we felt like we could have. But we knew we were going to have a tough schedule. And we feel like if we'd have played 26 games, that we would have added a whole bunch more wins, but it might not have actually improved our team. So we kept basically the toughest schedule that we possibly could. Every year, as Minnesota Scores ranks it in QRF, we're perennially one of the top 5 hardest schedules in the in Class AA, and I would bet that we're right there again this year.
Now, to get into the game here at hand tonight against Breckenridge, first of all, Coach, what do you think will be some keys for you guys here tonight against the Cowgirls?
Well, when you look at the court, when the starting 5s come out, you'll realize that one probably looks like a college team and one looks like a high school team, and that's who we are. We know that we're short and we're small, but we play tough, and we're going to have to play tough. We're going to have to keep Jude and Grace away from the basket, and Kaylor for that matter. If those 3 girls are making layups against us, it's going to be a really long night for us. And then we have to handle the basketball and get good shot attempts. They're a little bit harder to score against inside because of their size, but we still got to go to Stella and Willow. We feel like we got 2 of the best posts in the section. And then when that thing gets rolling, then we can start shooting, and we feel like we got some of the best shooters in the section, but it all needs to work together. We can't just be going one or the other.
You mentioned the post play. How nice has that been as that's kind of progressed along the year for you guys inside?
Oh, it's progressed amazingly. Stella Razor has really improved from last year. From where she was kind of like, toss up if it's going in or off the backboard or what's happening. I mean, she's been very consistent this year. And Willow Thiel, we expected to start to get better this year, but she's scoring at a very high rate, shooting almost 65% for the season. And it's just huge because if you talk to anybody in the section about our team and you ask them what's Perham do well, they probably would say shoot threes. I think we attempted more than 80 threes than any other team in the conference and made like almost 40 more or something, but that's not really just the identity of the team. And I think that our guards, who have put a ton of time into shooting shots and getting to be good shooters, have really bought into the idea that we got to work through our posts first.
A unique year for you guys. How's the leadership from your seniors been this year, battling kind of the stuff, not just on the court, but off the court this year?
It's been really awesome. I think we've been pretty fortunate over the last bunch of years here that we don't have a lot of drama. We've always had pretty good leadership in the upperclassmen. But Katie and Grace and Stella have really taken on unique roles as leaders. And when you're playing with freshmen and sophomores that maybe haven't played as much, and then you have a couple juniors in the middle that kind of bridge that gap. It's been unique to kind of gel the team together. But and with COVID, you've had some stuff where you haven't been able to do those things, like out of practice where they're getting together as much. So the fact that the seniors, I think there was a point a couple weeks in where they just really bought in that this is the last year, and they started really working hard to become really great leaders. And I think you can see where it's carried us.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you very much for stopping by.
Thank you.
That's Perham girls basketball head coach TJ Super right here on the Magnitude Sports pregame show.
Hi, I'm Jen Hendrickson, mortgage lender at United Community Bank. Whether you're buying, building, or refinancing, we are here to help you through the process and answer all of your questions. Mortgage rates are great right now. You can check out our website at ucbankmn.com to get pre-approved, sign up for Rate Watch, and check out our mortgage rate calculators. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
United Community Bank.
Hi, I'm Joyce Prime, and I've been with United Community Bank for the last 38 years. And one of the products that has gained popularity is our HELOC loans, which is home equity line of credit loans, which you can take the equity in your home and you can use it for various items, including home improvements or to purchase a four-wheeler or boat. Come visit with me anytime, and we can discuss the home equity loan further. You can reach us on our website at ucbankmn.com.
Well, welcome back here to the Hive. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock as we get ready for tonight's Section 8 2A playoff game here on the Dean's Bulk Service pregame show. Dean's Bulk Service celebrating over 50 years of service to Barnesville and the surrounding communities with locations in Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota, and wishes the best of luck to all the teams in the Section 8 2A tournament. You can visit them online at dbsoil.com to find out what they can do for you. As we get ready to go for tonight's contest, it's the Perham Yellow Jackets with a record of 12-6, taking on the Breckenridge Cowgirls with a record of 11-6 in this opening round of the Class 8 2A tournament here from the Hive tonight. The other games taking place. Monaga will take on Barnesville. Pelican Rapids will do battle with Staples Motley. Park Rapids takes on East Grand Forks. Fergus Falls will do battle with Frazee. Roseau takes on DGF. Holly takes on Thief River Falls. Perham will take on Breckenridge. The winner of this game will take on the winner of Holly and Thief River Falls, which is quite the unique situation that Coach Super touched on a little bit in the pregame show. We'll leave that one be for now as we get ready for this one tonight between Perham and Breckenridge, two teams in the north-south or in the Heart of the Lakes Conference that were right next to each other throughout the year and had some outstanding battles to these two squads, and that should be the case again here tonight at the Hive.
Yeah, Jason, as they match up on paper is one thing, but matching up on the court is another, and Coach Super touched on a lot of those things. The Yellow Jackets started really cold there, and that kind of swayed that first game, and that's not uncommon for a road game. In the home game, Perham came out extremely hot. So, I guess in a best-case scenario, it's somewhere in the middle, and it makes her a good game right off the bat. And as you look at the way they play out, 56.3 points a game for Perham, 55.4 a game. So a point difference there, and defense is not much difference. Perham gives up 48, and Breckenridge gives up about 44. So, everything on paper, everything that we've seen so far leads up to a good game. And I think Coach Super and yourself talked about it in that interview. This is going to be a really fun battle, and maybe not one that's usually a first-round battle.
Well, these two teams met in the playoffs last year. Perham knocked out Breckenridge by a score of 53-47. The Yellow Jackets had the better of the Cowgirls that night. And for the Yellow Jackets tonight, we talked on a few keys, but definitely for the Yellow Jackets, they're going to want to keep their eyes on Jude Held and Grace Conzemius. Jude Held leads the team with 14.5 points per game. Grace Conzemius, 11.4 points per game. And Carson Materi has the chance and the ability to explode at any moment. She averages 9.4 points per game. But another player, her numbers aren't as high, but I think she's starting to get more playing time now. 7th grader Janica Bernadas. She hit some key three-pointers for the Cowgirls and shows as a 7th grader she's not afraid to shoot, and expect to see her to have a big night if the Cowgirls have success.
Right, and you start talking about the keys to the game, and I really believe, again, this is just a guess from me, but as much success as they had pressing the Yellow Jackets, I'm going to say pressure defense or how it's handled might be the real key of the game. They really put the clinch on there in the second half of the game that they were here, Jason, and it was crazy to see how aggressive they became on the offensive end. So look for that pressure defense. It'll be interesting to see if they go back to their initial. They played zone the first time and then the first half and then just kind of turned it up from there. So some really interesting variables to tonight's game.
And on the other side of things for the Yellow Jackets, are led by Katie Johnson. She averages 13.1 points per game, has really played well of late for the Yellow Jackets, achieving the 1,000-point mark. Well over 200 three-pointers, made three-pointers in her career, has really stepped up her game of late. Also, Sydney Anderson in double fingers, 11.2 points per game. But the key as well for the Yellow Jackets is attacking inside with Stella Razor and Willow Thiel. They both average around that 7-point per game mark. But we really have seen the Yellow Jackets, when they've had success, they packed it inside, which has opened things up outside for the Maya Morses, the Sydney Andersons, as well as the Katie Johnsons.
Yeah, Jason, I agree with you 100% on that one. One of the things, I'll take it a step further, I think for Willow and Stella, their key is going to be offensively, but it might be even more important on the defensive end. with the size and length that the Cowgirls bring to the gymnasium, they're going to have to do a great job. And the second part to that is I think help side defense is going to be a key. If they can double down and recover to not let their open shooters for the Cowgirls, that might be a real key to the game, because just looking like Coach Super said, as the camera's panning back and forth, there's some real size to the Cowgirls, and if they capitalize on that down low, it could be a long night.
It should be an exciting contest here at the High between the Yellow Jackets and the Cowgirls. We'll take a quick timeout here on the Dean's Bulk Service pregame show and come back with your starters and more information on tonight's Section 8 2A contest here live from the Hive.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISOClean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
OSPTI has been the therapy clinic of choice for over 15 years here in the southern Red River Valley. At OSPTI, they strive to have the most up-to-date treatment options available with their hands-on method to decrease your symptoms and ensure quality care. Their motto at OSPTI: we strive to meet your goals. OSPTI, a proud supporter of high school athletics.
When is the last time you reviewed your insurance coverages? Are you sure they are keeping pace with things in your life that may have changed? Now more than ever, it is important that you have the right coverages in place. Your local State Farm agent, Amanda Frederick, is here to help answer your insurance questions and provide a free comparison to your current policies and coverages. She has a fully licensed and local team ready to assist. Stop in or call for a free policy comparison. State Farm agent Amanda Frederick, proud to support Cowboy and Cowgirl athletics.
Well, welcome back here at the Hive. We thank you for tuning in to the Magnitude Sports Network and also the Dean Bulk Service pregame show. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock. Starting lineups tonight, first for the Yellow Jackets, starting at a guard, will be a 5'4" sophomore, number 1, Maya Morris. Starting at forward, a 6' senior, number 15, Stella Razor. Joined by guard, junior guard, a 5'7" junior, number 22, Sydney Anderson. And in the backcourt, we'll have a pair of seniors, Katie Johnson at 5'4" and Grace Mickelson at 5'5" as they get ready to go for the Yellow Jackets. Head coach TJ Super, Michelle Borman, and Josh Fuller are the assistants. The Breckenridge Cowgirls will go like this, starting at a forward, a 5'11" junior, number 11, Cameron Kaler. Starting at forward, a 5'8" junior, number 12, Anna Erickson. Starting at a guard, a 5'10" senior, number 14, Jude Held. And starting at a guard, a 5'7" junior, number 20, Carsey Materi. And starting at forward, a 6'1" senior, number 30, Grace Konzemius. The Cowgirls are coached by Austin Imdek. He's assisted by Tony Bogenreef, Ashton Kaler, and Riley Lorenz. As we get ready to go for tonight's contest, we'll switch gears for a little bit as we get ready to talk about some Perham Yellow Jacket wrestling. They had a successful day yesterday in the individual tournament, Lance, and I know you have some of those details ready to go.
Right, we'll just give you a quick update because we want to kind of get all of the Perham sports in here. It was a good day for the wrestlers, and we had 6 individuals make it to the super section. So real quickly, to kind of give you an update of how I think it's going to happen, don't hold me to it. Saturday in Foley, the top 4 individuals from Section 8 AA and the top 4 individuals from Section 7 AA are going to get kind of seeded out there by what they were seated in the section, and they will go opposite. So 8 AA will see 7 AA and mix back and forth trying to get to the final 2. So 2 out of the 8 going will make it to the state tournament in St. Michael, Albertville. Hopefully that wasn't as confusing as mud there, but really good day. So those going on Saturday, we have at 106, Chandler Mickelson was the number 1 seed, won by fall, won 7-0. So they didn't wrestle out the finals or the third, fourth. So once you got to first, second, third, fourth, you were in to that next super section tournament. So Mickelson will go in. He was the 1 seed. At 126, Gareth Covington was the 4 seed, won his first match, lost to a really good, highly ranked Owen Carlson, who's rated in the state of Minnesota. Lost 2-0, came back, won a match to get to that 3rd and 4th place. So Gareth Covington will be going at 126. At 152, Jack Fudge was the 1 seed and certainly showed it. First victory was by fall, second one was by Tech Fall, which put him into the finals. So Jack Fudge will be competing at 152. At 160, Blake Lawrence came in as the 3 seed. He won his first one by Tech Fall, lost to a state entrant from last year, Jordan Summers from DGF, 2-0, came back and won 4-0 against a really quality wrestler from Alexandria, put him into that 3rd and 4th place. Then at 180, so Blake will go at 160. At 182, Brian Ramos was the 1 seed, won by fall in both competitions. Wrestled about 2 minutes and 30 seconds total on the day. So Brian continued his domination through this year, and he will go in at 182. And then our final one at 195, Gordon Enyart, Jr. Was the 4 seed. He won the first one by fall before getting defeated by Mason Iverson, who is rated in state from Thief River Falls. Enyart came back on the 32nd pin to get himself into the 3rd and 4th place match. So Gordon Enyart will be going in at 195. All of this will happen Saturday at Foley. I don't have times as we're on the air later on in the week here, Jason. Hopefully I'll have some times and maybe even a few early matchups for you as they get seated. But congratulations to Coach Dave Vetch and Coach Trout and Coach Felt on a real successful day at Pequot Lakes Pine River Bacchus, getting 6 into the super section.
Thank you very much for that recap, Lance. Nice job there. And also on the boys' side of things for basketball, Section 8 2A playoffs kick off tomorrow night live here from the Hive. The Perham Yellow Jackets take on the Wadena Deer Creek Wolverines live here from the Hive. Tip-off at 7 o'clock. We hope to have a pregame interview lined up for tomorrow night as well, as that should be an exciting and a unique contest between the two Highway 10 rivals just down the road. The Wolverines and the Yellow Jackets haven't played for a while, and a good chance to see the Wolverines come back here to the Hive, and a unique one that will be. I'm familiar with both teams from my past work, so it should be an exciting game tomorrow night. But tonight we have one that is going to be a good one. It's the Perham Yellow Jackets and the Breckenridge Cowgirls. We're just moments away from the opening tap here. The Cowgirls went in the locker room to get some more instructions from head coach Austin Emdek. I'd like to thank him as well as TJ Super for giving us stats and information on both these programs and the access to the teams that they've been giving us throughout the season. We appreciate that, as it helps make our broadcast that much better here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Yeah, it's so nice, and it's so fun to work with coaches that you can tell are trying to improve the sport of basketball and also promote their programs, and they should. This has been kind of one of those that have gone back and forth, this rivalry, and it's a little more distance than you'd think of a rivalry, but definitely playing them twice a year really adds to that rivalry and the competition. And I'm just excited, Jason. There's nothing better than tournament time. It just ramps it up a whole nother notch.
Should be an exciting one. These two teams are coming in the playoffs on different notes. The Yellow Jackets have won 3 straight, knocking off Breckenridge 59-56, Detroit Lakes 65-43, and then closing out the regular season with that victory over Hawley 57-50. On the other side, Breckenridge has dropped 3 straight, but they're definitely battle-tested. They lost to Barnesville in overtime, 54-53. The Yellow Jackets got them by 3 here. And then Pelican Rapids edged them out by a score of 41-35. Pelican Rapids starting to play that clamp-down style of basketball that they're known for, helping them win the Heart of the Lakes Conference with a 12-0 mark in the conference. They're 16-1 overall, which normally says number 1 seed or number 2 seed. It does give them the number 2 in the South, but Fergus Falls, the number 1 seed in the South, is the number 1 team in the QRF.
Yeah, it is a loaded section, especially on the South half side. Jason, as you go down and you look at those records, 15-3, 16-1, 12-6, 10-3, it's just a really, it's kind of the luck of the draw, and really probably fortunate for the Yellow Jackets to have a home a home matchup here, because sometimes that's one of those keys to the game that doesn't get touched on as much. Traveling, going to somebody else's arena, sometimes is that 5 to 6 point difference just shooting at your own place.
And I think, and I'm going to go I'm going to try to keep it tight on this little rant here. Breckenridge should be playing a home game tonight. That's just what I think. It's should be seeded 1 through 16, 1 through 18. Yeah, Trout, you earned that right, but that record that Breckenridge has put together, they're not a 6 seed. And that's just, I know how that is, and I know I could go down that road. TJ Super touched on it a little bit, but that's just how I personally feel that this should be a quarterfinal, semifinal type matchup.
Right, and it would be a great one. And so I guess we got to be fortunate that we're getting to see it in the first round. And, there's a lot of debate about those things. It's not much further off of a debate, Jason, than what you talked about shot clock in Minnesota, and how there's proponents and people who are really against it, and depending on where you're at on there. So, it's things that we can talk about. And unfortunately for one of these two really quality teams, this is going to be the end of the season. And that's probably where you're going at more than anything, is you hate to see a season end for a really good team earlier than it should. And it's probably going to happen. Well, it is going to happen for one of these two tonight.
And it should be an exciting one here tonight. Again, the Yellow Jackets will start Maya Morris, Stella Razor, Sydney Anderson, Katie Johnson, and Grace Mickelson. The Cowgirls will count with Cameron Kaler, Anna Erickson, Jude Held, Karcy Materi, and Grace Konzemius. We're moments away from the opening tip here from the Hive. It should be a fun one, as the Cowgirls brought some good fans here to the Hive and expect some high energy for the first round of the Section 8 2A playoffs here tonight.
And it's really interesting, Jason, as you watch both teams warm up. I watched them not a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago when they were here. It was way more quiet, intense warm-up than it was the first time when they were here, and kind of that spirit. You can tell this is a whole new level of play tonight, and I think it's going to just lead to make this game even better than what it was last time.
We'll take a quick timeout here on the Dean's Bulk Service pregame show. And thank you very much for tuning in here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, drying, cleaning, and marketing your grain to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain has been saving farmers for years, rewarding them with reasonable prices on purchases and fair deals when they sell. Talk to Kelly or Brad about the many services they offer. Red River Grain in Breckenridge. Call 643-3738.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament. Superior Builders in Breckenridge specializes in post-frame buildings with 25 years worth of knowledge and experience in the post-frame industry. Licensed and insured, Superior Builders offers pre-engineered commercial buildings, farm shops, hobby buildings, and storage buildings. Superior Builders also offers a 40-year paint warranty and lifetime column warranty. Superior Builders in Breckenridge, building your dream to last. 701-238-7740. That's 701-238-7740.
Magnitude Sports has delivered over 1,000 broadcasts capturing all fourth quarter comebacks, walk-off home runs, buzzer beaters, 62-point volleyball sets, and double overtime victories. The excitement is on Magnitude Sports. Over 150 teams from 5 states and 2 countries have been featured on Magnitude Sports at both the varsity and sub-varsity levels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and select your alert preference so you never have to miss that big moment from your favorite area sports team. Find us on Facebook and Twitter too. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Well, welcome back here at the Hive. Introductions taking place for tonight's contest here as we get ready to wrap up the Dean's Bulk Service pregame show. We thank you for tuning in. Thank our sponsors once again. United Community Bank in Perham, Denton, Frazee, EOT Insurance, Dean Bulk Service, and their sponsorship of the pregame show. Superior Builders, OSP, TI in Breckenridge, Fergus Falls, and Hankinson. State Farm agent Amanda Frederick, and Red River Grain. We'd like to thank their supports of Section 8 2A basketball and the Magnitude Sports Network. Making sure this game is brought to you live into your homes tonight here from the Hive. We thank you for tuning in and what's going to be a very fun and entertaining tournament throughout, not just tonight, but throughout here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Right, and I think whatever team comes out of Section 8 AA, Jason, is definitely going to be battle-tested and definitely ready for those next rounds at the state tournament. So you make it out of this section right now with all of these quality teams, you're going to be a pretty good team. And
definitely, as you look at how the tournament's going to be, the state tournament first round is going to have a different look to it. It's not going to be at US or Target Center or as Williams Arena. It's going to be at various sites throughout the state of Minnesota, which is going to add a unique feel to it as well.
Right, and I touched on that state tournament for wrestlers were going to be in St. Michael, Albertville instead of the Excel Center. So some of those precautions, smaller venues, less attendance right as of now. So a little bit of change. And even tonight you see it where we probably would have had 3/4 full for a game like this. You're limited to how many are here.
Again, we're limited to 250 people, not counting essential personnel. So that's why we have about 8 stations here tonight getting ready to go for this broadcast. And we're honored that you guys are tuning in with us here tonight as we get ready to go for what should be a fun one. Again, the Yellow Jackets in their home black and yellow, the Cowgirls in their road white and green. Grace Conzemius will tip against Stella Razor. So we're ready to start the Section 8 2A clash from the Hive. The Cowgirls with a record of 11-6 and the Yellow Jackets at 12-6. A game separated in the Heart of the Lakes Conference as well as the tip is won by the Cowgirls, and they'll start things off with Materi. Hands it off right there for June Held. Held goes left side off the screen from Conzemius, gets cut off by Razor. Now we'll go cross court there for Kaler. Back here for Held. Held will drive and kick out. Kaler thought about it, now goes back into Held. Held dribbles back out. The Cowgirls reset, going right. That's cut off that time by Grace Mickelson. Comes near side to Erickson, and Erickson with it. Cut off by Johnson up top the key. Conzemius. And a very patient offense here. Now they go to Held. It's tapped away by Razor. She tries to save it, but it's tapped out of bounds.
And I was really surprised because you never know how a game's going to start out, Jason. And that was a really controlled, patient possession for the Cowgirls on the first possession. So let's see here if they can turn this into a basket right now, as they're definitely, I think they're going to look to inside play here real shortly.
With it there on the far side, Kaler looks things over. Now comes back up top. Materi swings it over near side. Held. Held. Guarded out by Mickelson at the E in Perham on the court. Now goes to the far side to Materi. Materi in the lane gets cut off. Comes back for Conzemius. Now comes near side for Held. Looks down low. Spin move off the glass and good for two is Cameron Kaler. Kaler with the game's first points, and there's a full court pressure that you said they trap on Katie Johnson. Held ball is the call. It'll stay with Perham.
And that was one of our early keys is, were they going to press? Answer's yes. Now are the Yellow Jackets ready to handle it? So let's see how this game plays out as they're right back in to this full court trapping defense.
They get it across. Now it goes past to the far side. Morris gets it. Morris here for Grace Mickelson. Goes left side for Maya Morris. Back to Grace Mickelson here. Now over to the right side for Sydney Anderson. Anderson looks inside, comes back to Morris. She cuts and gets cut off. Now Mickelson, left side. Looks things over and gets it to Morris. Back to Mickelson. Mickelson to Johnson. The open look for three on its way. It's off the front iron. And grabbing the rebound there is Cameron Kaler. Kaler slows things down. Now looks to go with steam in the lane and gets cut off. Now with it there is June Held into the lane. Kaler gets fouled. Doesn't get the shot to go, but draws the first foul of the game. It's going to be on Katie Johnson. That's her first, team's first.
And one of the changes I see from the Yellow Jackets, Jason, right away is they're switching on every screen. So it might be something to watch if Breckenridge starts slipping that screen or trying to do something off of that, as that's a change by TJ Super and his coaching staff.
Kaler is short on the first free throw. 15:54 to go. The Cowgirls lead by a pair. Kaler, the only points in the game so far. That one goes. She's got 3. And that's the lead for the Cowgirls. Again, full court pressure right away. Now to Morris. Back to Mickelson. Mickelson into Katie Johnson at the timeline. She goes right side to Morris with it, and the Yellow Jackets clear.
One of the things, if the Jackets can get it across, it's not that pressure man to man, lady to lady, so to speak, as once they get it past half court. So getting it past half court is probably the most important part for the Yellow Jackets. Then get into your offense.
Johnson with it, now to Morris. They swing left side. Mickelson looking inside for Razor. It's not there. Consemius and Razor's going to be a battle inside, and a fun one to watch. Morris into the lane, left hand shot off balance, no good. Rebound grab by Consemius, and the Cowgirls clear out.
Might have been a little hip check there. If you're a Jackets fan, you're probably looking at that. Maybe you wanted Morris at the free throw line, but no call. So
head fake from Held. Now a 3 on its way from Materi is good. And Karshi Materi hits the 3. It's 6-0 Breckenridge. Morris back to Mickelson. Up ahead now to Anderson, now to Katie Johnson. Johnson pull-up jumper is good. She gets the roll. And it's a nice shot for Katie Johnson. Cuts the lead to 4.
I like how she stopped there, Jason, before she got to Consemius. She stopped at about that 8-9 foot mark and hit that mid-range jumper that's not used very much in basketball anymore.
Materi with it. A drive, goes up, shot blocked by Razor, and she gets the board. Now it's stolen away. Held to the hoop, and she's blocked again by Razor. Still Razor with a nice job inside with 2 blocks. But a big turnover there gives it back to Breckenridge, though.
We talked about that being a key that between Razor and Thiel, that they were going to have to really have a game defensively.
Held with it. Goes up top. Now they go to the right side on Erickson. Swing around. Cameron Kaler looking inside. Consemius not there. Now they go all the way to the right. Consemius swings over here with it to Held. Held's going to launch the 3. That's off the mark. Rebounds grabbed by Grace Mickelson. Mickelson slows things down as Breckenridge fell back. Now Sydney Anderson open for 3. The look is no good. And Consemius gets the rebound.
One of the things, though, you saw there, Jason, if we can stop them, here's fast break mode.
Held takes a few steps. She travels.
What I was going to say before the turnover there was, if the Yellow Jackets can stop them from scoring, they can't really set up that full court press. Here's a turnover that sets it up, but if we can play good defense, get the rebound, outlet, and get out of there, it's going to limit these full court pressures.
Jonica Bernadas has come in as well as Willow Field. Willow Field for the Jackets. Bernadas, an outside threat for the Cowgirls, has checked in. Anderson with it. Now to Mickelson. Swinging over for Johnson. Johnson to Maya Morris, looks inside. Spins around, comes back to Mickelson. Now to Sydney Anderson. Into the corner. Johnson up top. Morris with the head fake. It's cut off. Now back to Mickelson. Cowgirls doing a good job preventing the Yellow Jackets getting in the lane. Now it's down low to Field. Turnaround jumper's good for Willow Field. They struggled in driving, and now the Cowgirls just throw it away here, looking for Anna Erickson, but she wasn't looking for the pass. The turnover gives it back to the Yellow Jackets. I was going to say the Cowgirls did a good job of denying the drive in the lane, but they really let Willow Field get positioned down low.
And she stayed with it, and give credit to the wing. I didn't catch who that was, but didn't give up on the situation either. So nice play all around by the Yellow Jackets.
Anderson now. It's to Mickelson, to the right side Thiel. Back for Morris. Morris drives against Bernadas into the lane. Left hand layup is good for 2 for Maya Morris. And just like that, we're all square at 6.
And you got to love Maya Morris going up against the 6-foot Consemius and didn't back down.
Bernadas looks it, picks up the dribble. Now goes Consemius. Thiel out on her. Goes to the right side there for Held. Jude Held looking down low. Consemius. The Yellow Jackets converge, almost get the turnover. But Held gets it back. Now this time to go to Kaler. Kaler shot short. And the rebound is eventually grabbed by Maya Morris. She dribbles out of trouble and comes back and gets to Mickelson. And the Yellow Jackets quickly inside. And it's turned right back over, looking for Willow Field. May have forced that one. As the Cowgirls come back the other way, Bernadas will drive, take a couple of extra steps, and she travels as Maya Morris got her hand in there.
And it seems like the pace of the game, Jason, is a little fast right now. So if you're TJ Super and the staff, you probably want, and here they're backing off the full court press, maybe get into a set, work the ball around a little bit, get a little breath here, and get the shot you want.
Olivia Pilgrim has checked in for the Yellow Jackets. And now that pass is tapped and stolen by Anna Erickson. Whether they're on the far side was Kaler, almost through the hands there of Erickson. Now it's near side for Materi. Materi trying to dribble against Pilgrim. Will now hand it off to Anna Erickson. Erickson to Bernanas through her hands, but she saves it. And luckily goes to a turnover. Mickelson is there for the steal. Mickelson with the quick jump stop. The quick out to Johnson. Shot is no good. Couldn't get the roll, and here come the Cowgirls back the other way. With it, Materi into the lane. Gets the bucket and the foul. And she'll go to the line for the three-point play.
Wow, that was quite a stretch there, Jason.
They called the...
I think you're right. I think he called the block. We're going to shoot a free throw. A little confusion on both sides there for a little bit, which caused us a little confusion. I initially saw that block too, as I think it was inside that semicircle there, which made it a little easier call.
That brings Materi to the line. The free throw is good.
So good thing if you're a Yellow Jacket fan. It seems like they've weathered the storm on this press. And for right now, the Cowgirls have backed off. So let's make sure that we get a good shot now that they're not pressing. Again, Katie Johnson's got a couple good looks. Thiel's got a nice job posting up down there. So let's see if the Yellow Jackets look to get her the ball and work against Consemius.
Sydney Anderson the look for three off the back iron. Rebound Consemius. Yellow Jackets killed from beyond the arc right now, nearly going. 10:40 to go, first half. And an open look for three is off the iron from the hands of Carson Materi, and Johnson back the other way. Now Mickelson. Mickelson kicks the right side. Pilgrim. Now Johnson over to Anderson. Pilgrim looking inside field. Mickelson with it. Now to Johnson. Johnson looking inside, it's cut off. Consemius doing a good job on Thiel in the paint. Now Mickelson drives, dishes. Thiel off the glass, too strong. And Consemius is there for the board.
With her length under there, it's one and done for the Yellow Jackets.
Bernanas drives off balance shot, no good, goes out of bounds. The Yellow Jacket basketball is Razor and Morris will come back in, and Parker Yankee will come in for the Cowgirls. Also in is Cameron Kaler.
One of the things is the Cowgirls have backed off that full court press. Their pressure in the half court has picked up as they're starting to deny more on the wings and really battling under in the post position with the Yellow Jackets.
Morris with it. Now to Mickelson. She drives, gets cut off, and draws the foul. And Mickelson will be going to the line. And fouls unheld, her first. Mickelson shooting two.
Early on, Jason, I think this is the kind of game that we both kind of envision as Mickelson hits her second one. 9-7 game, a few minutes in here, and I think both teams are doing what they want to do. It's not working quite as they had planned. So look for some changes to happen here.
June Held drives, shot, no good. She's fouled. The fouls will be on Stella Razor. That's going to put Held. To the line, and she gets that one to drop. Extending the Cowgirls lead to 10-7.
And free throws might be crucial. We've seen games go one way or the other by lack of making, but 2 in a row there for Jude Held.
Mickelson comes up for the Yellow Jackets. Guarded closely there by Yeager. Gets it to Maya Morris now. Morris to Pilgrim. Over to Anderson. Now to Maya Morris. Comes right side. Pilgrim looks inside. Cut off. Now Mickelson looks to drive. Gets cut off. Bounce pass for Anderson. Doing a nice job recovering. There's Anna Erickson. Breckenridge has done a nice job of recovering on defense. And now there's a steal. That's Anna Erickson with the right hand layup. Is no good. Too strong on the layup. Now it's tapped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Yellow Jackets on the rebound. 8:51 to go. Katie Johnson checks back in for the Yellow Jackets. The Yellow Jackets trail by 4 here in the first half at the Hive.
Again, the Cowgirls really ramping up this defense on this end. You can see the Yellow Jackets starting further and further away from their basket in their offense, something you don't normally want to do, especially at tournament time.
Mickelson looking inside. Now changes the angle, gets it in for Razor. Razor off the glass is good for 2. Nice job by Grace Mickelson to dribble near side and give a better angle on the entry pass for Stella Razor.
Right, and it's nice to take advantage of that one. Consenius is on the bench for however long she's going to be there, but nice recognition by the Yellow Jackets.
They go inside. The Cowgirls kick out near side. Anna Erickson for 3 off the back iron. Rebound grabbed momentarily, and now grabbed by Anderson, tied up. Held ball. The Yellow Jackets want a foul as Parker Yankee got her hands in there and tied it up. Jonica Bernardes will check back in for Anna Erickson with 8:03 to go in the first half. Cowgirls leading by 2. Inbounds pass goes to Cameron Kaler. Thought about it. Will now hand it off there for Martiri. Martiri with it near side held. Drives left hand. Looks back for Bernardes. Finds her. Bernardes off the screen goes right side. Now Bernardes with it. Now Yagi looking to drive. Right hand is good for Parker Yagi.
That was an excellent drive. Kind of curled off of that, and nobody picked her up and stopped her, which kind of got Coach Super a little excited there on the sideline. Definitely was looking for some help defense, and it didn't show up.
Sydney Anderson right side now for Maya Morris. Out top, now they go left side, Katie Johnson over to Razor. Down low, Mickelson. Mickelson dribbles out, goes in, back into the lane, kick out right side, and a foul on the floor as Morris hits the 3. That does not count as the foul came on the pass.
Nice play by Mickelson there. Everybody, I think, thought she was going to get out of there, pass it. She just kept dribbling and circled right back underneath. Found an open player, but got fouled in the process.
Parker Yankee the foul. Grace Consumnius back in now for the Cowgirls. And off Maya Morris. Dribbles left hand, kicks over to Anderson. She looks in the lane, spins back, kicks to Morris. Morris drives baseline, kick out Thiel. Now up top for Katie Johnson. To the far side for Razor. Back to Anderson, inside Thiel. Thiel drives, kicks. Here's Johnson with another pass to Razor. Now Anderson, the open look for 3. It's good for Sydney Anderson. And that's a big 3-pointer for her, and hopefully she can catch fire as the Yellow Jackets have moved to within a point.
Yeah, and she knew she was open. She was calling from all the way across the court, Jason, so gave her teammates a lot of time to find her, and a nice set-up 3-pointer there.
Now cross-court pass here. They get the extra pass for Bernardes. She fires the 3. It's off the mark. Morris gets the board. Morris with it. Dribbles in the lane, kicks it over for Thiel. Anderson back up top with it. Hands it off for Razor. Comes over for Maya Morris again. Morris drives left hand, goes up. The layup is good off the glass. And Maya Morris has 4 for the Yellow Jackets. And the Yellow Jackets are back in front, 14-13.
And both on drive left-handed layups, so pretty nice work there. Kind of interesting. I think 2 7th graders on the court, Jason, for the Cowgirls and both guard positions. So interesting to see this youth movement by the Cowgirls.
Bernardes and Yagi, number 2 and 3, the 2 7th graders. Bernardes has it in the corner. Now hands it off there for Kaler. Back to Bernadas. She dribbles left hand up top with 5:34 to go here in our opening half. And the three-pointer from Yegi is good. Parker Yegi hits that. She's got 5. And it's 16-14. Morris with it. Now to Thiel up top. Back to the right side for Razor. Now back to Maya Morris. Morris thought about the drive. Now we'll give it to Sydney Anderson. They swing it back up top. As the Yellow Jackets set up their offense. Morris through the legs, in the lane. Gets cut off nicely that time by Materi. And now Razor will get the pass. Morris trying to create some space there. Gets the pass. Alexico near side for Anderson. Girl gets trucked in the lane, but no one there. They're really letting the physical play go tonight.
Right, and that drew the ire of the Cowgirl crowd over here.
Anderson drives, and she gets fouled hard by Konzemius. And Anderson will go to the line to shoot 2. Oh, they call it on Bernadas. Konzemius with the clean block, I guess.
Yeah. That was interesting when I saw that go up on the scoreboard too, Jason.
Anderson free throw, no good. She's kind of had her struggles from the free throw line, but she doesn't get to the free throw line all that often this year.
No. That was a nice drive she had there. Probably not the way she wanted it to end, but it's a good sign that the Yellow Jackets are going to the basket, and going right at Konzemius. Foul trouble may cause some problems later on.
Anderson gets a second to go. She's got 4. The Yellow Jackets trail by a point. As bringing up corner, shoot held. Held left side. Now hands it off for Anna Erickson. Erickson looks inside. Konzemius and now Anderson battling in the paint. You can see it on our monitor. They're really having to go. Now they switch. And Konzemius is now fouled inside. Super wanted the double dribble, but he's going to get instead the foul on Thiel.
And one of those mismatches happen as the Jackets are still switching everything, which is working okay, but really creates a mismatch once in a while when Konzemius gets on one of the guards.
Now a pass down low and driving to the hoop is Jude Held.
That was a nice inbounds play there by the Cowgirls.
Anderson the look for 3 off the mark. Mickelson battling for the rebound, doesn't get it. And then she quickly puts pressure on Jude Held. 4 minutes ago, first half. 18-15, and there's a big screen set there by Kaler. And now the pass down low, and the shot is good, and a foul from Anna Erickson. She gets the chance at the three-point play.
One of the things that they've done the last couple times down, the Yellow Jackets are overplaying. They're trying to hit that back door. They're clearing out everybody to one side, leaving that one-on-one matchup. And as they enter it into the post on the high post area, or the guard has it, they're looking at that back door cut, and they're getting it right now.
Anna Erickson at the line. Free throw is banked and gets the roll. And now we got a timeout on the floor. Yellow Jackets trail the Cowgirls 21-15 here in the first half.
Hi, I'm Joyce Prine, and I've been with United Community Bank for the last 38 years. And one of the products that has gained popularity is our HELOC loans, which is home equity line of credit loans, which you can take the equity in your home and you can use it for various items, including home improvements or to purchase a four-wheeler or boat. Come visit with me anytime and we can discuss the home equity loan further. You can reach us on our website at ucbankmn.com.
Welcome back here at the high of 3:50 to go in the first half. Yellow Jackets trail 21-15. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock. So we get ready to go. Mickelson will bring it up for the Yellow Jackets, and she travels on the turnover.
Tough way to come out of the timeout. Usually you have a set play going. Something must have not broke right because it looked like Mickelson was expecting somebody and she wasn't there. But this is kind of that key point, Jason. We brought it up multiple times. This 3-minute mark, what happens in this game as the ball gets tipped out of bounds there by Anderson. But I think this is crucial right now. It's 6. If it rolls to 12 by half, we might be looking at a different game than if the Jackets can keep it at this or lower it a little bit.
Yagi. Near side, and the three-pointer again is in and out, no good. Rebound to Razor, and another good look off an inbound play for Breckenridge. Now Katie Johnson will fire the quick three, no good off the iron. Long rebound near side, grabbed by Held. Held to Konzemius. Now a three coming, and that one's no good. Rebound grabbed by Mickelson. Got a score update. Monaga leads 28-8 in their contest in the playoffs in the first half. As Razor goes inside, near side it goes. Mickelson drives into the lane, looks for help. Now it comes out and it's turned over. And quickly up ahead is Yagi. Left hand to Held is good for 2.
That was a real nice fast break by the Cowgirls. That ball hardly touched the ground. Maybe a dribble just to gather here, but they were looking up and found each other. So great teamwork by the Cowgirls.
Johnson, the look for 3. It's good for Katie Johnson. She's got 5 on the night, and the Yellow Jackets trail by 5, and that's Monaga and Barnesville. You can find that on our sister channel, the Magnitude Sports Network. Section 8 2A, Monaga leading that one in a 4-5 matchup. And now Konzemius, a high off the backboard, no good.
I like that triangle game they have down there, Jason. I think it's probably not the exact look that they wanted, but I think they're going to get it eventually.
Anderson, the baseline 3, no good from the corner. Tapped around, rebound grabbed by Held. Quickly up ahead, intercepted by Katie Johnson. Read that like a Packers corner. And now a 3 on its way. Does not go, and it's tapped here near side. It goes out of bounds. I'll go to the Cowgirls.
There's been a lot of those moments in this game, Jason, where we went, oh, and it just misses by a little bit. So it sure makes for a fun game. I hope you're enjoying it. We'd like to thank our sponsors again for letting this happen, and Magnitude Sports. This has just been fun, and it's intense in here right now.
23-18 to score. Once again, we thank our sponsors, United Community Bank and Perham, Denton, Frazee, EOT Insurance. As a three-pointer from the corner from Martiri is no good, and the Yellow Jackets get the rebound. Quickly up ahead, we'll get those sponsors throughout tonight's broadcast. Thank them again. As Mickelson has it now for the Yellow Jackets. Now to Maya Morris. To Sydney Anderson. Looks inside. Konzemius cuts that one off, and they'll reset. Now comes here to Mickelson on the right. Back over left side, Morris. Now to Anderson.
It's like we're in a 2-3 zone now for the Cowgirls, so little switch up in their timeouts, giving the Jackets a different look.
Morris with the quick 3, no good. Field the board. A big rebound there. Now Morris over to Anderson. Anderson drives baseline. Gets trapped on her and comes back up top. Under a minute to go in our opening half. Mickelson to the right side. Now to Morris. Over to the left for Anderson. Inside it goes to Razor. Razor off the glass, off to the right. Rebound grab by Konzemius with 40 seconds to go. We'll see. Breckenridge wants to go quick here. As now Held cross court. A three-pointer from Materi is good, and Karshi Materi is starting to heat up. She hits the 3. It's 26-18. We got a quick timeout by the Yellow Jackets. We'll keep it right here. And for the Yellow Jackets right now, they're struggling to get that outside shot to go. Breckenridge has been able to hit from the outside.
Yeah, and I think Breckenridge did. It's kind of a unique thing. They started the game in full pressure, which makes you think, hey, they're going to do it all game. They kind of got the Yellow Jackets playing fast. Then they went back to a man-to-man pressure at half court, which kind of took the Yellow Jackets out of their offense. They got in that fast pace. And then, interestingly enough, the last 2 minutes here, they've switched to zone. One of the things that we saw, it's harder to rebound sometimes out of a zone, and so the Yellow Jackets have gotten a few more opportunities. But it's going to be interesting to see which defense the Cowgirls come out for this last 27 seconds.
Yellow Jackets lead trail 26-18. Exciting first half here for these two teams. I'd like to see Yellow Jackets trying to get a big bucket here to cut into this lead and get some momentum going into the break.
right? And I think they've got the right formula going. The last few possessions since they went zone, they have hit Stella Razor in the post, and I think what's going to set up is going to set up a kick out, and we're going to see an open three by one of the Yellow Jackets guards here. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see them go through Stella, have Stella kick out to somebody as we go for their play.
Yellow Jackets have hit 2 3-pointers in this first half. Anderson with one and Johnson with the other. Mickelson now gets to Sydney Anderson with 19 seconds to go. Right side of Maya Morris. Morris now to Mickelson. Mickelson looking to drive. Goes left hand. The scoop shot, no good. Rebound grabbed by Konzemius. And Breckenridge has a chance for momentum. Konzemius from half court. It's off the mark, just on line. Just shorts on the shot by Grace Konzemius. She lined that one up perfectly.
Yeah, that was I thought it was good from the time it left her wrist, and it was really close as it left her hand right off the front of the rim, and that would have been a huge bucket, Jason, to stretch that lead to 11. And so thank goodness if you're a Yellow Jackets fan that one didn't fall.
At the half, the Cowgirls lead 26-18. We'll take a timeout and get you set up for halftime right here on the main.
Hi, I'm Joyce Prine, and I've been with United Community Bank for the last 38 years. And one of the products that has gained popularity is our HELOC loans, which is home equity line of credit loans, which you can take the equity in your home and you can use it for various items, including home improvements or to purchase a four-wheeler or boat. Come visit with me anytime and we can discuss the home equity loan further. You can reach us on our website at ucbankmn.com.
Superior Builders in Breckenridge specializes in post-frame buildings with 25 years worth of knowledge and experience in the post-frame industry. Licensed and insured, Superior Builders offers pre-engineered commercial buildings, farm shops, hobby buildings, and storage buildings. Superior Builders also offers a 40-year paint warranty and lifetime column warranty. Superior Builders in Breckenridge, building your dream to last. 701-238-7740. That's 701-238-7740. Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Well, welcome back here at the Hive. Yellow Jackets trail 26-18 against Breckenridge. It's just been a tough first half. Yellow Jackets offensively unable to get some of those shots to drop. You think you get a few of those to drop, you're right back in this contest. They've had some good looks, just haven't been able to get a lot of them to drop.
They have, but also you got to give credit to the Cowgirl defense. They have really, from the first game when I watched them here, they've really ramped up the defense tonight and are really playing that's easy for me to say. They're really in the passing lanes right now, and it's kind of getting the Yellow Jacket girls out of their offense. So maybe looking the second half for a few back picks, trying to set up some open looks, maybe some backdoor cuts as they're really starting to defend out on the floor and the defense is stretching out. Let's look for some back cuts to the basket. And I also liked what Coach Super did right before half. The ball started to go through Razor a little bit more, and then Theo when she's in there.
And we've talked about the Yellow Jackets have had a lot of their success going inside out offensively. Stats in that first half, Carson Materi led the way with 9 points for Breckenridge. 6 points on the board for Jude Held, 5 for Parker Yagi, 3 each for Cameron Keeler and Anna Erickson. On the Yellow Jacket side of things, 5 points leads the way. It's Katie Johnson. 4 each for Maya Morris and Sydney Anderson. 2 for Stella Razor, 2 for Willow Thiel, and 1 for Grace Mickelson.
And I think if you're the Yellow Jackets, you love the balance. I mean, six girls scoring tonight. You just wish that it was a little bit more scoring than what it is. That balance is great, but we got to start getting some consistent things. And then I think when things are struggling, you kind of look towards your leaders. And a lot of times it doesn't always have to be Jason, but I think that senior leadership, and one person that I think has always kind of stepped up when they needed is Katie Johnson. And I would be looking probably maybe for Coach Super to be setting her up for a few extra three-point looks, and maybe trying to get her on a roll and have her lead by example for the Yellow Jackets. So I'm looking for maybe Katie Johnson to try to take over just a little bit. And another one that is kind of quietly that way is Sydney Anderson. So I think if we can get Sid some open looks, she's shown when she's had the open looks tonight that she's been able to make them, but she just hasn't had many open looks.
Mike Mason with a halftime update in Monaga. They lead Barnesville 38-14 at the half in their playoff contest. We'll try to get scores throughout the night of other games taking place here tonight. The games tonight, Monaga and Barnesville. Pelican Rapids taking on Staples. Park Rapids taking on East Grand Forks. Fergus Falls is hosting Frazee. Grozo is taking on DGF. Holly takes on Thief River Falls. And Perham right here with Breckenridge. The winner of this one will play Holly and Thief River Falls. Guessing it will be in Holly, depending on the high seed hosts all the way up until the Section 2A championship. Due to COVID-19, they're going neutral site or home sites all the way up until the championship to try to control things a little bit more.
Yeah, should be a lot of good games tonight, I would think. And I guess on first glance, I know we shouldn't talk about it, but we haven't really got to hear or see much of Monaga. I know they went, and one of the things this year they went to Sauk Center and knocked off Sauk Center's longtime home winning streak. And so that was a big look, and that was kind of the one where I went, whoa, Monaga's probably for real here. And we watched Barnesville a couple times, and they're a nice team. And for that halftime score to be where it's at, Monaga's playing some really, really good basketball going into the playoff time.
We'll take a quick timeout as the Yellow Jackets trail the Cowgirls 26-18 here on the Magnitudes.
Superior Builders in Breckenridge specializes in post-frame buildings with 25 years worth of knowledge and experience in the post-frame industry. Licensed and insured, Superior Builders offers pre-engineered commercial buildings, farm shops, hobby buildings, and storage buildings. Superior Builders also offers a 40-year paint warranty and lifetime column warranty. Superior Builders in Breckenridge, building your dream to last. 701-238-7740. That's 701-238-7740.
Hi, my name is Ryan Rusted, Chief Lending Officer with United Community Bank. I'm just excited we've been partnering with businesses for over 100 years. Come and see why so many of your friends and neighbors have put their trust in United Community Bank. Stop in and see us in Perham, Frazee, and Dent, or you can visit us online at ucbankmn.com. We're excited for you to be part of our community, United Community Bank.
United Community Bank.
Come back. Welcome back here at the Hive at halftime. The Cowgirls lead the Yellow Jackets 26-18. Jason Groth with Lance Rock. And Lance, as we get ready for the second half, what do you think might be some keys for the Yellow Jackets if they want to make this comeback tonight?
Well, we touched on a little bit earlier, Jason. I think they're going to have to not give into the pressure, whether it's full court or half court. Settle into their offense, get the looks that they want to look. One of the ways that as they're getting stretched out on offense, maybe some backdoor cuts, maybe some backdoor screens which is kind of one of those plays that it really looks good if it works. It doesn't look so good if it doesn't. But I think they've got to get some back cutting action. I know you're going into the 6-footer, which is always difficult, but the girls have done really well when they've driven. Maya Morris, 2 left-handed layups. Free throws for Sydney Anderson, although it was a hard foul she had to take. But they've had success going inside. So one of the ways when it's hard to get Stella and Willow going is to get your guards to cut back door. And that might be one area that I see that they go. If I'm the Cowgirls right now, I'm doing more of the same because it seems like whatever they're doing is working. One of the things that I really liked that I saw on their end was that kind of that triangle where they brought Consemius to the high post and they tried to work that little switching motion and getting a layup back door where she can just dump it over the top. So I would guess we'll see some of that action from the Cowgirls.
We're moments away from the start of the second half. It's 26-18. The Perham ball coming out of the timeout here at halftime. These two teams will have 18 more minutes to determine a spot in the Section 8 AA quarterfinals on Friday. Potentially more than 18 minutes, but 18 for sure.
Yeah, and it's one of those, every game we've done, I think, Jason, has been really a close game. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're nick and tuck going into the last minute or two.
And we hope that's the case going in to the second half and also tomorrow nights when we're back here on the Magnitude Sports Network as the Yellow Jackets take on the Wadena Deer Creek Wolverines. We'll have action live from the Hive, tip-off at 7, pregame show roughly around 6:30 p.m. tomorrow night. As we're back to live action, here's Grace Mickelson with it to Katie Johnson. Johnson looks inside for Razor, now goes up top to the right to Sydney Anderson. Anderson with it to Mickelson. Mickelson up top for Morris. Morris to Anderson. Here near side, Katie Johnson as they pass around the ball around the perimeter. Now they go inside, too far, but saved by Johnson. It's turned over. Held will bring it up court for the Cowgirls. Held. Hands it off there with the Kaler. Now here for Held again. Held. Goes to the left side for Carson Materi. He leads all scorers with 9 points in that first half. Materi drives and hands off to Held. Breckenridge very patient on their opening possession as they were to start the game. Now they come up top, near side, Held again with it. She's going to launch the three. It's off the back iron. Rebound grabbed and corralled by Katie Johnson.
And she was caught in one of those spots thinking she might have to get back on defense. If she had followed her shot, she might have had a layup there, but it was a tough situation for her right there.
Morris drives, gets cut off down low, gets it up to Katie Johnson. Down to Mickelson. Mickelson with the head fake into the lane, the jump stop. Now looking for help and a kick out. Finds Morris. Morris, the three-pointer, it's good for Maya Morris. She's got 7, and the Yellow Jackets have cut the lead to 5.
Big shot by Morris. We had to get a little cut into that lead, and that's a huge shot and almost a steal here.
Held now to Consemius. Consemius held scoreless in the first half and bounce pass up to her. Consemius drives left hand, hands it off. Now looking to drive Materi, the right hand shot too strong. Consemius the rebound, had the wide open look, instead passes it up top for Held, who's off the mark. And now another rebound by the Cowgirls. Come back up for Held. Held into the lane, off the glass, no good. Rebound now grabbed and corralled by Stella Razor and the Yellow Jackets. Back the other way. Morris with it. Now to Mickelson. Comes here to Sydney Anderson. Gets it tapped away, but she regroups. And it goes over to Mickelson. Now to Katie Johnson. Johnson to Mickelson, over to Morris. Morris with the head fake. Thought about it for a second. Will now go to Katie Johnson. Bounce pass to Sydney Anderson, back to Maya Morris. Morris drives left hand, cut off. Now comes back up top. They swing it around to Katie Johnson, over to Sydney Anderson. Anderson with a nice head fake, drives. And stopped there by Anna Erickson. It comes back around to Morris. Morris down low to Razor. Razor against Consemius, off the glass, too strong. Rebound near side. And grabbing is Jude Held, and Held coming back with numbers. The Consemius shot high out the glass, it's good. She draws the foul as Consemius will go to the line for the three-point play. Fouls on Anderson, her second.
And that was really a nice play by Held. Kind of got that rebound, took it all the way, realized her gal that was guarding her the whole time was behind her, pressed that in and found a wide open Kazemius there in the shot and misses the free throw.
Willow Thiel gets that rebound. Morris with it. Yellow Jackets down by 7, forces a pass, and reading that well was Cameron Kaler. Cut in front and tapped that one out of bounds.
Yeah, and we don't want to get into that game, especially with the length and long arms of the Cowgirls here. Those cross-court passes are going to be tough to connect with.
Morris. Now to Katie Johnson, the three from the corner off the iron. And the rebound's grabbed by Materi. Materi up ahead. Now they go inside, pass batted away. Mickelson gets it. Mickelson will stop, kick it over for Anderson. She fires the three, it's short. And Mickelson tries to save it near the Perham student section, but is unable to get to it with 14:26 to go.
But the look I think the Jackets want, I'll take that shot with Sydney Anderson wide open at the top of the key. So I hope she keeps shooting it, and I hope she gets that look because she'll knock them down.
Bernadas to Kazemius, and she's going to fire the three. That's off the iron. Rebound there, and put back up and in for Cameron Kaler. And now it's a 9-point Cowgirl lead. Anderson now to Johnson. Johnson, the floater in the lane is good for two. Katie Johnson with the big bucket there. Cuts it to 7. Now the Yellow Jackets need a stop. Now at the far side, Erickson. Erickson back to Bernadas. Bernadas again to Erickson. Now Bernadas drives. Kazemius just backs down Katie Johnson, and now we got a foul underneath.
And that's where I think we've talked about it multiple times, Jason. They're switching on defense, which creates that mismatch. But there's a point where pushing back might be an offensive foul. But it looks like
foul is on Grace Mickelson. And now a three-pointer, no good. A lot of contact away from the ball tonight in this contest both ways. As Morris has it. Now to Mickelson. They look down low to Thiel. Thiel. Left hand is good off the glass for Willow Thiel. She's got 4 points. Cuts it to 5.
Boy, she set that up nice. She spun one way, kind of backed herself in and came back to the left. And the Cowgirl fans really want some foul after the lot of contact, like you said, Jason. And it's probably going to have to come to a call pretty quick here. This might get pretty physical.
Pass inside. Bernadas shot up, no good. Out of bounds. Nice job by Katie Johnson inside. Hold her position there. Now Parker Yagi will come in for Grace Kazemius. Really expect the Yellow Jackets to continue to go inside now with Kazemius going to get a breather on the bench.
Yeah, they did a nice job of that in the first half when she took a little breather.
Now comes back to Yagi. Yagi gets cut off, hands it off there for Erickson. Erickson looking inside for Held. Held. Now the kick out for Bernadas. Bernadas loses it, now gets it to Held in her feet. Held there.
Well, the spark plug, I think, a little bit was Yagi for the Cowgirls.
And there's a three, no good from Erickson. Long rebound. Johnson gets it and gets plowed over, and now there's going to be a foul. Foul's on Parker Yagi.
And I wouldn't look for, I kind of look for the Cowgirls to go to her. She kind of gave them a nice little lift there to extend that lead in the first half. Yagi did.
Morris with it. Into the lane, kick out Thiel. Now to Anderson, back to Katie Johnson, over to Mickelson. Mickelson to Morris. Mickelson into the lane, kicks it out. Now on the near side for Maya Morris, and she travels. The turnover gives it to Breckenridge with 11:59 to go in the second half.
Again, and that was one of those things, I don't know if you caught it on screen or not, but Katie Johnson went and said, no worries, let's go. We're within 5, and that's kind of that leadership that we were talking about at half, Jason, that the Yellow Jackets need.
Bernadas with it. Picks over dribble, but gets it there to Kaler. Kaler looks for Held. Held in the lane off the glass, too strong. Rebound grab by Katie Johnson. Mickelson, bounce pass down low. Thiel off the glass, short. Fights for the rebound, tapped around and grabs by Yegi, and the Cowgirls come back the other way. Held with it now, with 11:25 to go and a 5-point Cowgirl lead. Kicks it out with a quick pass there to Erickson. Erickson now picks up her dribble, looks for help, gets it. It comes back to her. Erickson thought about the three, but passed that one up. Will go near side to Held, and the Cowgirls will reset. Cowgirls looking to drive. They do, and they get the bucket and a foul. Foul is going to be on Thiel. And a big bucket there for Jude Held.
And I hope you caught that. That was a sweet hesitation dribble there. I thought she was going to pull up, maybe look for that mid-range jumper, and as soon as the Yellow Jacket defender lifted up a little bit, she just went right on by and got to the basket. It made a tough shot.
Held has 8, looking for 9 to extend the lead, and she does. Back in the game is Carson Materian. Also checking in was Grace Konzemius for the Cowgirls as they lead 33-25 with 11 minutes to go. Thiel to Johnson. Now to Mickelson. Over the right side for Sydney Anderson. Cut off. It comes back near side to Johnson. Looking to try to get inside. Cross court for Anderson. Anderson the three. She hits it. Sydney Anderson, a big three-pointer. May silence some of the Breckenridge student section with that one as she makes it 33-28. But an open look at the other way from Matiri's off the mark. And the rebound grabbed by the Yellow Jackets. Here's Mickelson. Drive the kick out for Anderson. Now to Razor. Near side Johnson. Thought about it, but passed it up. Now to Mickelson. Back over to Sydney Anderson. Looking for Razor. She comes through the paint, but it's not there. Now it goes back to Katie Johnson. Cross court for Anderson. She fires for three again, and she's heating up. Sydney Anderson nails that one. 33-31. The Yellow Jackets within 2.
And that's really nice to see if you're a Yellow Jacket fan. This is a crucial time getting it within 2.
Held spins in the lane, kicks it back out to Yegi. Yegi, the handoff there for Erickson. Erickson into the lane. Now back to Held. Held dribbles back out near half court. Now into Konzemius. Konzemius off the glass, good for 2. She does a good job of rolling off that screen and driving in the lane and makes it 35-31.
That was a nice slip screen there. She kind of half set it and then went as soon as she realized the Yellow Jackets were going to switch.
Mickelson gets the pass. And now it comes over to Johnson. Johnson into Anderson. Anderson layup blocked away by Konzemius. And now coming back the other way, Martiri. To kick out the three on its way. That's off the glass and good for Anna Erickson. She hits the three. Makes it 38-31.
And Maturi did a nice job. I thought she was going to try to sneak it into for the layup. She saw her across court and hit her just in stride and got the bank shot in.
Thiel inside, Razor gets Konzemius off the feet, no good. The rebound grabbed around. Konzemius gets it. And the Cowgirls come back the other way. Matiri. Now the three coming from Yegi off the mark. Rebound Johnson. She's looking to run. Johnson now will slow it down. Now to Sydney Anderson as the Yellow Jackets reset. And now we got a timeout on the floor. With 8:18 to go, the Cowgirls lead by 7. Here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Joyce Prine, and I've been with United Community Bank for the last 38 years. And one of the products that has gained popularity is our HELOC loans, which is home equity line of credit loans, which you can take the equity in your home and you can use it for various items, including home improvements or to purchase a four-wheeler or boat. Come visit with me anytime and we can discuss the home equity loan further. You can reach us on our website at ucbankmn.com.
Welcome back here at the Hive, 38-31. Cowgirls lead the Yellow Jackets with 8:18 to go here in the second half of the Section 8 2A first-round clash between these two teams. Winner moves on to the quarterfinals, takes on Holly or Thief River Falls.
It was kind of fun there, Jason, for a while. I don't think there was an offensive set run. We were up and down the floor. You didn't get much time to take a break, but some really good action.
Johnson with it, now to Morris. Morris through her legs in the lane, now to Mickelson. Mickelson, right side Morris. Morris looks to drive, hands it off to Sydney Anderson. Near side to Katie Johnson. Now to Morris again. Back to Sydney Anderson, it's stolen on the pass. Grabbing that one, Zenna Erickson. She stops and fires up a shot, it's blocked by Mickelson.
And there's a little bit, she didn't really want to maybe go up with the left hand there. If she would have just followed through, probably would have got that, but she kind of jump stopped, and nice job by the Yellow Jackets getting back.
Now inbounds pass for Kaler. Kaler picks up her dribble, hands it off to Help. 7:40 to go, second half. Yellow Jackets trail by 7. And a 6-3 playoff contest. As Konzemius has it. Looks to drive in the lane, shot up and in for 2. Grace Konzemius has 6. And the Yellow Jackets trail by 9. Mickelson with it. To Katie Johnson. Now to Razor. Over near side Mickelson. Back up to Katie Johnson. Over to Razor. Razor now to Anderson. Near side Katie Johnson with under 7 to go. And Yellow Jackets trail by 9 here in the first round. Mickelson with it on the far side baseline, looking for the lane. Now goes, drives into trouble, kicks it out. Morris for 3, in and out, no good. Konzemius there for the rebound, and a foul by Stella Razor.
And that's one of those by Morris. I think it was halfway down, Jason, and it just spun out. And it's a little bit the way the Jackets' night has gone so far here. Some good-looking shots, some wide-open shots. They're just not quite falling.
Make sure to stay tuned for our United Community Bank Player of the Game, brought to you by United Community Bank in Perham, Tint, and Frazee. As Jonica Bernanis has it. Guarded closely there by Morris. Morris doing a nice job with Bernanis, but she gets across the timeline, loses the ball out of bounds. It will stay with the Cowgirls.
Good pressure defense there by Maya Morris, making it difficult to get up the floor there. The Cowgirls have done a great job of this kind of backdoor cut series and getting some layup looks. And when you have Konzemius underneath, it's nice to go to her.
Terry with it, loses control for a moment, gets it back into the lane. Spins, kick out here for Bernatis. Bernatis looks inside, held off balance, shot no good. Rebound tapped around, now corralled by Sydney Anderson. Big stop there for the Yellow Jackets. Now they come near side, Morris to look for 3. It's good from Maya Morris. She's got 10 and it cuts it to 6. Now another stop here would be huge if you're a Yellow Jacket fan. Mickelson and gets it as Held loses it out of bounds. 5:50 to go.
And the Yellow Jackets kind of turning tide and doing what the Cowgirls did to them in that first half is a little bit more of the pressure defense, making it tough around that midcourt line, and it's paying dividends for the Yellow Jackets.
Morris inside Thiel. Thiel working against Konzemius. Spins, right hand off the glass, it's good! Willow Thiel with a nice move inside, and we're back to within 4. And now almost a steal here. Bernatis tries to save it. And it goes in the hands of Mickelson. And now we got to have a foul somewhere, and we do. It's on Breckenridge.
There was a lot of action in about 6 seconds there, Jason. And looks like the foul is on Cameron Kaler, her first.
Here's Mickelson. To Johnson. Inside, tapped out of bounds off Konzemius. Will stay with the Yellow Jackets. Entry pass initially to Thiel was tapped Took a fortunate bounce to go off the hands of Consemius.
Yeah, I think it hit all three girls there on the way out, just hit Consemius last.
Inbounds, Anderson off the glass, no good. Consemius the rebound. Up ahead with it now is Erickson. Comes back into Consemius. Consemius against Thiel. The kick out, Erickson. The three, no good. Johnson tries to chase down the rebound, but getting to it first is Kaler. Inside, tapped away, it comes back. Now the kick out, left side, looking to drive. It's tapped out of bounds. We'll stay with the Cowgirls. And we got a timeout on the floor, under 5 to go. Yellow Jackets trail the Cowgirls 40-36. We'll take a timeout on the Magnitude Sports.
Hi, everybody. My name's Andy Eckhoff, Business Development Manager at United Community Bank. We're a one-stop shop, and our experienced staff is here to help you in any way we can. I want you to know that when you bank at United Community Bank, you have a whole team behind you, and our team wants to know your goals and how we can help you get there. We're the #1 commercial lender in the Lakes area. Come see us at United Community Bank, where the future is bright.
Community Bank.
Welcome back here to the Hive on the Magnitude Sports Network. We thank you again for tuning in. We'd like to thank our sponsors, United Community Bank in Perham, Dents and Frazee, EOT Insurance, Dean's Bulk Service, Superior Builders, OSTPI in Breckenridge, Fergus Falls, and Hankinson, as well as State Farm Agent Amanda Frederick and Red River Green. With your sponsorship of Section 8 2A basketball here on the Magnitude Sports Network. We thank you for coming along with us for the ride in the playoffs. As Bernadas has it, goes near side, looking to drive into the lane, losing control. That time was Materi, and here come the Yellow Jackets back the other way. Morris, the kick out to Mickelson. Now to the right side, they go to Anderson. Anderson looking to drive, spins, kicks back up top for Katie Johnson. Johnson inside for Thiel for two.
Thiel worked that magic backwards, kind of what Cowgirls have been doing, and she slipped that screen and got wide open for a good look. Nice job, Willow Thiel.
Morris putting pressure on Bernadas, and now we got a foul. It's going to be on Morris. Her first couple extra reaches there by Maya Morris here on the near side. Gets the foul. Yellow Jackets trail by 2 with 4:06 to go here in the second half. 4:06 and possibly more. Sideline inbound coming from Karsi Materi. Gets it to Grace Consemius. Consemius now to Helm. Comes back up top. And Materi has the look for three. She nailed it.
Boy, she has been cool shooting the shot, and cool by cool, I mean, she doesn't even think about it. She just lets it fly in a nice-looking shot.
She's got 12. Had 9 points in the first half and hits the big bucket for Breckenridge. Now inside to Razor. Razor backs down, Consemius off the glass is good for 2.
Nice job by Razor. She just kind of imposed her will, backing until she got to the spot where she felt like she could go up, and she did a nice job.
Kaler with it now. Comes back up to Consemius. Goes to her left. Shot is blocked by Razor, and it goes out of bounds. She went left hand off the screen with 3:15 to go, and gets her shot blocked.
It almost seems like she seems more comfortable with 2-3 dribbles, Jason, than just posting up in the block.
Held. Now to Materi. Anderson closes on her. Looking inside Consemius. Now Consemius will set the screen. They look to go inside. It's batted away, stolen, and now grabbed. Mickelson with the assist off the head. It goes to Thiel, and now we got a timeout. As that ball was tapped right off of Grace's head, it goes in the hands of Thiel, and she stood strong down low. 3:01 to go. We got a timeout. We'll keep it here in the second half, and an exciting one as the Cowgirls lead by 3 with 3:01 to go.
Right, and this is as advertised. You know, you think 3-6 maybe. We knew this was going to be this type of game, and it's been really interesting and a huge possession here if you are the Perham Yellow Jackets, and you got it down to a 3-point lead. A 3 ties it. I don't think you have to settle for a 3 here, especially the way both of the posts have been in the lane, Jason. They look really tough and are getting the position that they want.
3:01 to go, 43-40. Playoff game here at the Hive, and an exciting one. Both teams have had a good representation in the crowd today here within the 250 limits that were allowed. And it's been another exciting March Madness game here at the Hive.
The Yellow Jackets look at the opportunity of timeout to bring Katie Johnson back in the game. I'd like to see a little two-person game between her and Willow Thiel, looking that inside back out to Katie. And don't sleep on Sydney Anderson. She's been hot this half.
Mickelson with it. Right side for Sydney Anderson. Now to Thiel. Thiel drives down against Kaler. In the lane. Now to Mickelson. Mickelson will reset to Katie Johnson. Johnson inside Thiel. Thiel, the right hand is good off the glass. She's got 10, 8 in the second half. It's a 1-point game.
They were even sneaking a double team on the backside. They just couldn't get to her fast enough. She has a nice quick move to the bucket. Nice job, Willow.
Held with it. Just trying to clear the lane. She does, and now she's going to drive into the lane. The shot's no good. She's fouled. Jude Held, the senior, just said, I'm going to the lane. Get out of the way.
And it looked like she had that plan. She was kind of even moving her own teammates out of the road. So big 2 shots right here.
And the key thing is that's the 3rd foul on Willow Thiel as Held gets the first free throw to go. One of the senior leaders on this Breckenridge squad, her and Grace Conzemius. As the second free throws off the mark, and Anderson's there for the rebound. Mickelson, near side for Maya Morris. Morris to Sydney Anderson. To Mickelson. Comes back to Maya Morris, the head fake. Now the left hand in the lane. Tries to drop it off. It's tapped away by Jude Held. Held quickly up ahead to Yagi. Shots blocked, not blocked. She's fouled by Willow Thiel, and that's her 4th.
And it's one she had to take up there. It was going to be a wide open layup look. She did try for the ball, just couldn't quite get there. But here's Yagi at the line.
The free throw by Yagi is good. That's a 7th grader hitting a clutch free throw with 1:55 to go and stretches the lead to 3. Second free throw good as well. Makes it a 2-possession game with under 2 to go. Yellow Jackets, a trail all second half, has just been clawing away, trying to get over the hump. As now it goes here to Johnson. Inside Thiel again. Thiel backs down, trying to get some help. Now gets it to Anderson. Wanted it back inside. Now it goes back to Morris. Morris now to Anderson. Over to Mickelson, 1:30 to go. Inside Thiel. Thiel backs down the kick out. The 3 from the corner from Johnson, no good. Thiel skies for the rebound, and she's fouled. Just the 3rd foul on Breckenridge in the second half.
Right, and she got up for that rebound just kind of, I don't think it was on purpose. They just kind of hit going up, and Willow ended up going backwards. Key inbounds play here.
Right to Thiel, to Morris. The 3 from Maya Morris. No good. Rebound grab by Held. Held. Cross half court with it. Looks into the lane. The layup off the glass is good for Jude Held. 48-42, a minute to go.
You talked about senior leadership. That senior leadership, nobody cut her off in the way she went.
Anderson to the hoop. Shot no good. The putback is no good. Thiel's fouled. And she'll go to the line. That's going to put Thiel at the line. Free throw off the back iron.
And it'll be interesting to see what the Yellow Jackets do here defensively. I would think they're going to try for that initial steal. If you don't get it, Jason, depending on the free throw here, I think you're going to have to foul fairly quickly, especially with the miss there. I think but they're left wide open down the floor.
And the foul is made there after Carson Materi hits the bucket.
And I guess I can't say enough about, you talk about senior leadership. How about a 7th grader sneaking out, and then dumping off a little bounce pass and getting your teammate a bucket. So Yagi with a super nice play there for a 7th grader. Looks like we're going to timeout here, Jason.
That was the 5th foul on Will Thiel.
And you had mentioned it earlier that was 3, and she kind of picked them up real quick, like bang, bang, bang.
50-42, 48.3 seconds to go. The Cowgirls lead by 8. Some people see 6 versus 3 and think this is an upset. It's not. These two teams split the regular season. And Materi's at the line.
And the last one was a barn burner too, right down to the last seconds with the pressure defense. So big free throws here.
Free throw on its way. She gets it to go. And now there's the timeout. Cowgirls lead by 9 with 48.3 seconds to go in the second half. We'll take a quick timeout on the Magnitude Sport.
Hi, I'm Joyce Prime, and I've been with United Community Bank for the last 38 years. And one of the products that has gained popularity is our HELOC loans, which is home equity line of credit loans, which you can take the equity in your home and you can use it for various items, including home improvements or to purchase a 4-wheeler or boat. Come visit with me anytime and we can discuss the home equity loan further. You can reach us on our website at ucbankmn.com.
Welcome back here at the Hive. 48.3 seconds to go. Breckenridge leads 51-42. We got an update. Monaga and Barnesville now tied at 45. That's late with about 4 to go in the second half. The Yellow Jackets. Mickelson with it. And a foul on Yagi, and it's a smart one when you have a few fouls to give. Pilgrim to inbound. To Morris. Now to Katie Johnson. Johnson, a very long 3, no good. And it goes out of bounds with 39.1 seconds to go. And the Cowgirls close it in as they lead by 9.
So the Yellow Jackets look for a quick trap, quick steal. If not, you got to foul instantly. And there it is.
And the foul will put Jude Held to the line. It's on Grace Mickelson. That's her 3rd. It's going to put Held at the line to shoot 1 and potentially the bonus. 38.2 seconds to go. As a free throw from Held is good. Gets the bonus, stretches the lead, more importantly, to 10. As Breckenridge and Held missed that free throw, they battle for the rebound. And stepping out of bounds was Katie Johnson. She may have been bumped, but it goes out of bounds on the near sideline, and it's going to be Breckenridge ball with 36.3 seconds to go. Kaler with it. Now a foul on Katie Johnson. And will put Yegi to the free throw line. Kaler. Excuse me, Yegi will be shooting 2. No good on the first one.
And that leaves a glimmer of hope for the Yellow Jackets. They're quick strike 3, but you can only trade so many points depending on how they're making their free throws.
Second free throw is good for Yegi. She's 3 of 4 from the line in the second half in big moments. Anderson. Now to Mickelson. Mickelson, the long 3. That's off the iron. She gets the rebound, drives, and fouled. And she'll shoot 2.
And a good job following her shot there. And probably not what you want the clock to stop here and letting the Yellow Jackets get a chance to put some points on the board.
Free throw from Mickelson, no good. 53-42. Cowgirls by 11 as they're closing in. Second free throw from Mickelson. That one falls. Olivia Pilgrim will come back in with 22.5 seconds to go. Konzemius to inbound. And gets it in to Bernadas. Bernadas up ahead to Yegi. Shot no good. Bernadas for the rebound. Bernadas spins around and Mickelson steals it from her, but it's tied up. Held ball keeps it with Breckenridge with 14 seconds to go. Barnesville now leads that one 51-47 on Monaga. Conclusion of that one is also on our sister station, on a sister channel, the Magnitude Sports Network. And there's a foul, and Held will go to the line.
And Jude Held's really had a nice second half, Jason. If you're looking at the Cowgirl, she was just a steady presence. She brings the ball up the floor. She shot the ball pretty well, and she's shown some good leadership, stepping up to the free throw line, making these key free throws. So definitely someone they're going to lean to, as it looks like they'll be moving on here. But she's kind of their steady rock point guard, I think.
Held hits them both. Now Anderson, the quick 3. Shot no good. Konzemius the rebound, and that will do it. The Breckenridge Cowgirls get a 55-43 victory over the Yellow Jackets here at the Hive and will advance in the Section 8 2A tournament as they earn the victory tonight, 55-43. Ending the season for the Yellow Jackets as the Cowgirls improve to 12-6. The Yellow Jackets drop to 12-7. We'll take a timeout, come back, wrap things up here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
OSPTI has been the therapy clinic of choice for over 15 years here in the southern Red River Valley. At OSPTI, they strive to have the most up-to-date treatment options available with their hands-on method to decrease your symptoms and ensure quality care. Their motto at OSPTI, we strive to meet your goals. OSPTI, a proud supporter of high school athletics.
Well, welcome back here at the Hive. Tough loss tonight for the Yellow Jackets. They drop a 55-43 decision in the Section 8 2A playoffs. The Breckenridge Cowgirls will move on, and I believe that they'll be facing the Holly Nuggets in the second round in another Heart of the Lakes Conference clash in the Section 8 2A playoffs.
Yeah, I didn't catch quite the final score, but it looked like it was definitely a Holly win there. So, yeah, it looks like a Holly Breckenridge setup for Friday at that one will be at Holly.
The other scores, we got an update from Mike Mason, who's calling the other game in Monaga. Barnesville leads 56-51, 1:12 to go in the second half. Trojans were down big early in that one. They were down big and now battled back to take that lead. But here tonight, the Cowgirls eliminate the Yellow Jackets by a score of 55-43. Leading the way, Jude Held, Kirsten Materi with 15 points each. 8 on the board for Parker Yagi, 6 on the board for Grace Konzemius, 6 for Anna Erickson, and 5 for Cameron Kaler. Yellow Jackets had 3 players finish with 10 points. Maya Morris, Willow Thiel, and Sydney Anderson. Katie Johnson finished with 7 points. Stella Razor with 4. Grace Mickelson ends with 2 points to wrap up tonight's loss to Breckenridge. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. After this 30-second timeout, we will reveal our United Community Bank players of the game tonight. Yes, we're naming 2 tonight. And we thank United Community Bank for their sponsorship of that as we wrap things up here. And come back for more on the postgame show here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, everybody. My name's Andy Eckhoff, Business Development Manager at United Community Bank. We're a one-stop shop, and our experienced staff is here to help you in any way we can. I want you to know that when you bank at United Community Bank, you have a whole team behind you, and our team wants to know your goals and how we can help you get there. We're the #1 commercial lender in the Lakes area. Come see us at United Community Bank, where the future is bright.
Welcome back here at the Hive. To wrap things up, I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock. We thank you guys for tuning in here to us on the Magnitude Sports Network, and also thank our sponsors, United Community Bank and Perham, Denton, Frazee, the player of the game tonight. First, for Breckenridge, we decided to go with Jude Held, 15 points. Really took charge for the Trojans, the Cowgirls in the second half. Really took charge for the Cowgirls. Had a nice second half, a nice game overall. Showed that senior leadership that she has.
Right, and I think I probably gave that one away on my vote earlier when she hit those 2 free throws. But what a steady performer. And it seemed like when things started to get out of control for the Cowgirls, they went to her. And what a huge when you have someone who's confident with the basketball, you just saw the girls around her just kind of, she's such a calming influence. So awesome game by Jude Held, and congratulations on being one of the United Community Bank players of the game.
On the other side of the things, we're going to give it to freshman post Willow Thiel. She finished with 10 points, but I really thought the Yellow Jackets started to work well when they went through her. She had a strong second half, 8 of her 10 points in the second half.
She did. She was kind of the one that cut that gap a little bit. There were some nice threes. There's some other really good plays by the Yellow Jackets, but Willow just set up her post moves so well tonight. Probably better than I've seen her do. I always thought she was good at that, but I think she took it to the next level tonight, especially going against someone who was taller than her. So, she set up those post moves. So nice work by Willow Thiel, being the other United Community Bank player of the game.
The unfortunate thing, when the playoffs come to an end, it means the end of some careers, and tonight the Yellow Jackets had 3 seniors have their careers come to an end, and outstanding careers it was for Stella Razor, Katie Johnson, and Grace Mickelson. Have done a lot of dynamic things for this Yellow Jacket program, continuing to help it grow and build under head coach TJ Super, and those 3 have been key contributors on and off the court for the Yellow Jackets.
Right, and I think the year kind of turned a upswing when they started looking to raise her underneath in the basket, and she handled that so well under there. She's going to be tough to replace. Every year you can say that, though, Jason, but these three young ladies did an outstanding job for Coach Super, and I think he'd be the first one to tell you that. Katie Johnson getting her 1,000th point, continuing her career as she signed with Valley City State, so it's going to be good to see her in the future. And I agree with Coach Super when he says one of the nicest looking 3-point shots probably in Minnesota, and I would agree with that when she lines it up. And then Grace Mickelson has kind of been the heart and soul a little bit. Ultra hustle. Tonight she started out guarding Kenzemius, who's 6 foot, doesn't back down, just had a knack for rebounding. And it was one of those that I think we shook our head every night, Jason, going, wow, how did she end up with that rebound? Where did she get that? And so these three young ladies have done Perham proud and done themselves proud and their families proud, and certainly are three players that are going to be missed in the future. And I personally, and I know along with you, Jason, and the rest of Perham, I want to take the time to thank them for all they've given and the fun it's been to watch them play.
I've had the chance to watch them play from up here as a broadcaster, as a PA announcer, and also as a reporter, and they've just been class acts all the way throughout the program. And one of those girls that lead by example, also show you in and out of the classroom, just outstanding people, and they have been great to the Perham program for basketball, and also not just the Perham program, but the school district as a whole, as they're involved in many different sports and activities.
Right, and it's always tough that final, no matter when it is. And someone once reminded me a long, long time ago, there's really only one team that gets to walk off the court, and especially this year, there's only going to be one team that walks off the court with a smile on their face, because it's going to end at some point, and it's just sad that it had to end this soon. And again, we can debate that and talk about that for a long time. But thank you, the seniors. You have been a good inspiration for the young basketball ladies coming up, and I know that they look to you. And I guess I'd be remiss tonight to not say congratulations to the Cowgirls. They weren't given the game, they won it. I mean, they came out to play, and it wasn't like the Yellow Jackets backed down. They just kind of imposed their will, and they kind of led throughout the whole game.
Well, talking about, they played an outstanding game. They never wavered when Perham came at them with their run. They never wavered. They never backed down. And you saw the leadership of Jude Held really come through, as well as Grace Kenzemius. I mean, she didn't have the big scoring night that she's normally used to, but she did a lot of little things well. But Jude Held, and you could see it, these 7th graders on the program, they're 7th graders, but they're playing like they're older than that. And they always say, once you hit playoffs, you're a year older, and they definitely showed that they may be older than 7th graders right now.
Right, and tonight, Parker Yagi for sure. I mean, she just came down, and I remember that one time, I thought it was kind of the key or the play of the game almost, is they were really pressuring hard, and the Cowgirls threw it over the top, and Yagi got it, and instead of maybe dribbling out, she saw she had a 3-on-1, did a nice little sweet dump pass, and they got a bucket and the and one, and that really kind of turned the tide tonight. And what an impressive play by a 7th grader. So a mix of the young and the mix of the veteran tonight was really the kind of the key equation for the Cowgirls.
Well, that's all. We have a few moments now. Let's turn the page a little bit as we get ready to look tomorrow night's Perham Yellow Jackets here at the Hive take on the Wadena Deer Creek Wolverines. Wolverines have had a nice year playing in the Park Region Conference. They draw the Yellow Jackets, though, in a tough task coming here to the Hive in that first round.
Right, and it's going to be kind of fun. It's one of those that we haven't seen the Wolverines for a long time. I think it used to be kind of a long-time tradition here, being closer, but, they went to the Park Region Conference. They're not in the mid-state type look anymore, so we don't see them as often. So it'll be one of those things that I'm going to have to do a little research tonight, Jason, get ready for tomorrow. And we sure invite you to come back tomorrow and follow and tune in with us, because you just never know at playoff time. And you really, if you're a Yellow Jacket fan, you're hoping to see the Yellow Jackets continue to do the things they've been doing on the court. That's Finn Higgins kind of inside, outside, and some good shooting. And as always, a staple, really good defense. So I'm excited for tomorrow night. It's going to be fun. It's like I said, you don't get much time when it's March Madness. We kind of feel the sadness for our girls program right now, but now we're going to be heading towards that boys program and what they're doing. So tomorrow night should be fun, Jason.
It should be an exciting one. Coach Kevin Thunberg will have his team ready to go. I'll get some research for you set up for tomorrow as we get ready to go for that one. Yellow Jackets will be fired up to be back at home. They've had a lot of success at home, struggled a little bit on the road. And this year with the format, they get an opportunity to be at home for the first 2 rounds if they're able to win tomorrow.
Right, and that's, we've talked about it many times. Home court advantage or home field advantage if you're outside, it's bigger than what people think. You shoot at that basket every day. You're used to the background and all of those sorts of things. So home court advantage can play a key part. So excited about tomorrow night. Just to give you a quick update, it looks like the Barnesville Trojans won 61-53, so a huge comeback stays with them. So they'll go on, most likely to play Crookston. We don't have confirmation on that yet, but we're trying to get you scores as we're talking here, and we've got a few, but not many. But we look forward to tomorrow night. And again, Jason, I just want to thank our sponsors, Red River Grain, State Farm agent Amanda Frederick, OSPTI and Breckenridge, Fergus Falls and Hankinson, Superior Builders, Dean's Bulk Service, EOT Insurance, and United Community Bank, Perham, Dent, Frazee, and thank them for not one but 2 players of the game tonight. So great sponsorship we had. Magnitude Sports, I'd like to thank Mike for getting all of this stuff set up and getting it rolling. Thank Perham Activities Department for allowing us to be in here and bringing this to you. And most of all, I want to thank you and thank you, Jason, as he looks at me, and thank you for watching as just talking between the two of us is fun, but knowing that you're able to listen is even better.
Well, thank you very much, Lance, and we wrap things up. We'll be back here tomorrow night at the Hive as the Yellow Jackets take on the Wolverines in Section 8 2A boys basketball action. Here from the Hive, we thank you for tuning in tonight for Lance Rock.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, simply visit msportsnet.com/DVD.